Hello everyone, how are you today? My name is Harry and this is Learn English with British Harry. Today I'm going to walk you through an English lesson. We're going to talk about some hobbies and interests and focus on swimming. If you are new here, please click on the subscribe button and remember to click on the like button if you enjoy this video. I really appreciate it. I have created a free ebook for you. It contains 5 brilliant tips that have helped my students. I am a British English teacher and I have taught thousands of students from all around the world, and these tips have really helped my students. The ebook is free and you will find the link in my description below. So let's get started with the lesson. In this free lesson, you're going to be talking about your interests and your hobbies. So this is a very common topic. Now, we are all individuals, so we have our own personal preferences. So we have hobbies and interests. Now, say, for example, if I ask you, what do you like to do? And you let me know that you like swimming. So now we have a topic. So we want to think about all of the vocabulary associated. So associated means connected to swimming. So let's think about the different swimming strokes. So we have different swimming strokes. So strokes here, this means the action that you do in swimming. Strokes, you can also have strokes in other sports. So for example, tennis, you can have different tennis strokes. But here we have swimming. So let's think of the different swimming strokes. So we have things like breaststroke, we have backstroke, we have freestyle, and we have the butterfly stroke. So there are other strokes, but these are the most common. So when you have a topic like this, swimming, it's really good because it forces your mind to focus on everything connected to that topic. So you can be focused and it helps you to build your fluency. Okay, so now we know the different strokes. So if I asked you, what are your hobbies and interests? Rather than just saying, I like swimming. So I like swimming. Now we can start to extend our answer. So for example, you could say, I like swimming. I particularly like freestyle. So here we are using particularly. Now in the beginning, you don't have to use this. You could just say, I like swimming and I like freestyle, because we want to start to train ourselves to extend our answers for as long as we can make them. So we want to use connectors like and, then, because. Now, particularly is a higher level word, but it's nice to be aware of this word, and eventually you want to add it, you want to incorporate it into your vocabulary. So this adds a bit more detail rather than just saying, I like swimming, but now you're giving some more information. I like swimming. I particularly like freestyle. Now, we can think about, why do you like swimming? Why do you like swimming? Now, this is called an open-ended question, because There are many answers you can give. It's such a big question. It can be difficult to know where to start. Where do you start with this question? This is when you can use an introduction. So one of the basic introductions we can use, we can say, that's an interesting question. Now, by saying that's an interesting question, you are building empathy, you are building connection with the other person. So immediately they will like you. They will think, wow, I did ask an interesting question. So I must be an interesting person. So it's quite nice to say, that's an interesting question. Now, you can also add another sentence. You can say, there are many reasons. A higher level word for reasons is factors. So you could say one or two or add them together. So why do you like swimming? That's an interesting question. There are many reasons. Then you can start to go into your reasons. So using this introduction can buy you time. So it can buy you time. Now, this idiom, this means to give you more time, because you can't buy time. You can't go into a shop and buy some time. You can't buy time on Amazon and get it delivered to you on the same day. So time is very precious. Precious means that it's very valuable. It's very important. I think that time is more valuable than money, because money can come, it can go, but time, you can never get time back. Once the time has gone, that's it. So by using this introduction, it gives you more time to think. Now, we can use our standard answers here. So we have our 3 magic words. So we have fun, interesting, and enjoyable. So we have a basic structure. So this is nice to memorize in the beginning. As you get used to this, you can start to break apart. You can break away from this and try different things. So here I would say, I like swimming because it is fun and enjoyable. So we have a pre-made sentence already for us to use. And often when you are talking, as you are talking, you are starting to warm up your voice. You're starting to warm up your brain. It's like when you do exercise, you don't jump straight into lifting heavy weights. You have to warm up first. So I like swimming because it is fun and enjoyable. Then we can extend even more. So it is interesting because now we can start to add our own vocabulary. So it is interesting because there are many strokes. So this is why something can be interesting, and we can use these same sentences for so many things. For example, with if you like to play tennis, or if you like gardening, or if you like art, with a lot of activities, there are many things you have to do. So here we are showing that we understand the word strokes is connected to swimming. Then we can use particularly. So it is interesting because there are many strokes. I particularly like freestyle. So here we're giving some information. Now, around this topic, freestyle. We can start to extend if we want to, and it's good practice. So we can think about, for example, freestyle is, I enjoy freestyle because it feels good. I like being in the water. I like swimming fast. It makes me feel very relaxed. It lowers my stress and I feel wonderful afterwards. So here we can see how we are playing with the topic. Now let's try to take this a bit further. So if I asked you, for example, I cannot swim and I want you to teach me how to swim. So I could ask a question like, how would you teach someone to swim? Now, the whole tactic here is to ask yourself questions, and you start to think about interesting questions. If you're not sure what questions to ask, try the 5W and the how method. So we have who, what, when, where, why, and how. So here, how would you teach someone to swim? So notice the use of the modal verb would. So we want to start our sentence off with I would. I would do this. I would do that. If we want to take it up a level, we can use listing. So we can say, firstly, I would. Now, if I had to give this answer, I would say, firstly, I would help the person become comfortable in the water. So when you are comfortable, this is when you feel relaxed. So firstly, I would help the person become comfortable in the water, because this is the first step. You want the person to be comfortable. Now, which part of the swimming pool would you teach the person in? So now this helps because you are starting to extend your vocabulary even more in a practical way. So if I draw the swimming pool here, so this is imagine this is the swimming pool, and we have the water here. So let's draw this here. So we have the water here. Actually, this is the bottom part of the swimming pool. We have the water on top here. Now, is it better for the person to be here or here? So we have 1 and 2. What do you think? If you said 1, you are correct. Now, what is this part of the swimming pool called? This is called the shallow end. Now, even if you don't swim, it's nice to know of this word because we use it in different contexts. There's even a famous song by Lady Gaga called Shallow. So you hear these words all over the place in different situations. So even if though you're learning about swimming, these words are connected to other parts of your life. So this is called the shallow end. Now, what is this end called? This is called the deep end. And again, this is used in different ways. So, for example, this word deep, you can do deep work. You can think deeply. You can be in the deep end. You can be in a difficult situation. So here you want to take the person to the shallow end when they are learning to swim because it's easy. It's your feet can touch the ground. But as you start to go into the deep end, you can't feel the ground beneath your feet. So it can be a bit more dangerous. So thinking about questions can force you to improve your vocabulary in a fun and interesting way. So swimming is really good. Now we can think about how often you go swimming. Here we can think about some adverbs of frequency. So how often do you go swimming? Maybe I go swimming sometimes on the weekend, or if I am an avid swimmer, if I really like swimming, I always go swimming on the weekend. Now, you can start to ask yourself these questions instead of someone else asking you. So these can form part of your answer. And this is a skill that I teach you in my lessons. So remember, if you would like to improve your English very quickly and have fun in the lessons, go to my website, britishharry.com, and you can book a lesson with me there. I also have a brilliant ebook. It's a phrasal ebook that contains 200 phrasal verbs. So it has pictures, descriptions, conversations, and a bonus 1 hour free video that goes along, that accompanies the phrasal verb book, and it will really help you to become comfortable with using phrasal verbs. So I hope you enjoyed this short lesson. Let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite swimming stroke? Do you enjoy swimming, or is it something that you want to learn? Because I think swimming is a very good skill. It's a nice life skill. It can improve your confidence. It's nice to go when you go on holiday to be able to enjoy the swimming pool, to swim in the ocean. And it's such a nice feeling to be surrounded by water. It's incredibly relaxing. So thank you so much. And I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you and bye-bye.